Hello everybody, AJ Ryzik here, and today got a quick little video showing you how to make Gnome Shell look like Unity. This is actually a request, and looking at it, well, it's not 100% exactly right on with the Unity look, but it's pretty close. Um, Pretty much, I guess you could say it's as close as I'm going to get running Gnome Shell. Um, Fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, some of the stuff from Unity we can't get it in GNOME Shell, at least as of right now. Um, but anyway, let's not dwell on that. We will get started with actually doing this, and it's fairly simple to do. Not a whole lot of difficulty there. Um, Let me go and let me check my notes here just so I can look to see where I'm at. Okay, starting with the wallpaper. Wallpaper's easiest part. You can actually pull that down from the stock Ubuntu wallpapers, assuming you are running Ubuntu Gnome. Obviously, if you are on another distro and are running the Gnome Shell there, you could recreate this, but you're not gonna obviously not pulling stuff down from the Ubuntu repositories. But anyway, so let's open up. We'll open up the Software Center and actually scratch that. Let's go and open up Synaptic Package Manager. That way I can type in the exact name of the packages that I'm after. And you'll be able to see what we got. So anyway, um, if you just do, and I'm just copying from my notes over here for the wallpapers, just do Ubuntu wallpapers, do a search there, and you can see this Ubuntu wallpapers meta package that will get you the default Ubuntu wallpaper there. Um, Obviously, like I said, if you're on another distro, you're going to have to go out and search the internet. And actually, it's not going to be too hard to find this wallpaper out online. Now, if you wanted, you can see here they got listed the wallpapers from older versions of Ubuntu. So you can go back to you know 1204, 910, however far back you want to go, and get that wallpaper. The icon theme that I'm using is also in the default repositories, and that is the Mocha theme. And you can see right there. I also got the Faba icon theme, also made by the Mocha team. I was just trying out different icon themes to see what I liked best. So anyway, you can pull those down from the official repos. Let me go and close this back up. So pull those down, and if you're familiar with, if you're not familiar with GNOME Shell, and at least not real familiar with it, as far as changing that background, you're going to right click, go to change background, go to the background, and as you can see, scrolling down, you'll now have the Ubuntu wallpaper in there. And you can do it to the lock screen as well. We'll go ahead and do that. All right, so we got that. Um, and we downloaded our icon theme. We'll worry about setting that up in just a second. Now for the actual theme, unfortunately, the default ambience theme that comes with Ubuntu Unity, it doesn't play nice with GNOME Shell. Now there is a ambience GNOME Shell that is it's somewhat outdated, but it is only a shell theme. It is not the rest of the GTK theming. However, what I'm using here is called, let me look at my notes here, vMix Dark. Um, and it's not exact, but it's a close approximation. And don't worry, I'm going to leave web addresses for all this stuff down below in the description, so you'll be able to find it if you want to find it. But let me just open up Firefox here. And let me copy the web address. Okay, so here it is at gnomelook.org, and there's a couple different versions of it, but if you just go to where it says Files, and then go and where it says Vimix Dark GTK theme, you can download that, extract that file, and then once you extract it, let me go and I'll open it up. Let's see. Yeah, once you've downloaded and extract it, um, go and open your terminal in that folder, and you're going to want to run this script right here, the vimix dark installer.sh. So basically, if you went to your downloads like that, go and right click on the folder and go down to where it says open in terminal. And so at this point, you're basically going to go dot slash, and then where was it? And then the name of that file right there. So then put in the vimix dark-installer.sh. Hit enter, and then it will go through the whole installation of installing this for you, and easy peasy, you're ready to go. So that will get that theme installed for you. Now, as far as configuring, you're going to want to open up the GNOME Tweak tool, and under Appearance, you can just select the Vimix Dark. Now, I chose the laptop version, which is it's a little thinner, a little less padding. You can go whatever you want. You can see there's a couple different versions of it that get downloaded. See, if you come up here to Vimix Dark, it's a little bit bigger. I like the more compact of the laptop version. And like I said, it's not a perfect match for the default ambience colors, but it's pretty close. There's also this which one was, I think the Ruby, kind of gives you an orangish reddish highlight. You may like that as even closer to the Unity colors. It's, like I said, it's not exact, but not a bad approximation. Now for the icons, you could go and use the default Ubuntu icons, but I'll be honest, I've never liked them, and I think the Mocha, it's a kind of a more modern take on those default icons. My only gripe with the Mocha icons is there's a few apps that I use that there's not a Mocha icon for it. So like if you're looking over at my icons over here, second from the bottom, GUVC view. Wow, can't talk. But anyway, there's not an icon for that, so it just defaults to the standard icon. And just kind of looking at the other icons or other apps that I've got, there's a couple of them that are like that. So I'm going to keep looking to see if I can find something that looks similar to this and has a more complete set. But in the meantime, it's pretty good. Cursor theme, you can change that if you want to. I'm just going to stick with what we got. And then the shell theme, I made it the Vimix Dark. Once again, you can go with the Ruby version, the laptop Ruby version. Go with the standard. Just there we go, right, like that. Whatever works for you. But anyway, so that's how you're going to go and do the theming. So to kind of complete the package, okay, so we got that part done. And there are a number of extensions that I have added. Some of them were needed to get the Unity look. Some of them I just added because they add some kind of functionality that I like to use. So to get the look that you want, or to get that Unity look, I'll just drag my notes over here. Dash to dock is the first one. That's what gives you this right here. And let me go and open up. Actually, probably, you know what? Let me go and open up. We'll open up Firefox again. And what was the address for dash to dock? There it is. So there's dash to dock. You know, you can see it basically gives you a dock, so you can go and click on stuff. You can have all your favorites listed there. A couple of different, some different options for configuring it and whatnot. And after I installed it to kind of get this look, I clicked right here where it says panel mode extend to the screen edges, so it makes the launcher or taskbar the entire length. Under launchers, I went to where it says move the application button at the beginning of the dock. That moves it up top. Otherwise, this launcher will be down at the bottom. Behavior, you can go and change some of this around. I just left it default. And then under appearance, I clicked on shrink the dash. It reduces some of the padding. I think that it gives you a closer to the Unity look. And if you want to go and play around with custom dash color, opacity, that kind of stuff, you can go ahead and do that if you want. I really didn't see a need for it. I think this is a pretty close approximation. So anyway, you're going to need that one. You're going to want to get rid of the default activities button. So there's a couple different extensions that you could use to get rid of that. I used this one right here. Hide activities button. That's all it does. You install it, boom, the activities button is gone. There's a couple different ones. Some that'll, you can really play around with the way that top panel is set up. I just want to get rid of it, or get rid of that activities buttons. So anyway, gets rid of that. Next one is top icon, or actually top icons plus, and gets rid of the legacy tray icons in the bottom left hand corner of Gnome Shell, moves them up top here so that you kind of got the traditional layout for the buttons, or for your tray icons. And then there's a couple of options for moving the clock around. I use this one called Frippery Move Clock, and it moves it from the center over to the side like you have here. It gives you, once again, closer to the to what you see in Unity. Some other stuff that I added, not necessarily to make it exactly like Unity, but just to add some functionality, and it's really specific for the way I work. Let me go there, copy this one. First one is the multi-monitor extension. If you are rocking more than one monitor, this one is a great add-on. Allows you to go and have panels on multiple monitors. Let me go and open up the tweaks for it. So show the panel on additional monitors, show thumbnail sliders on additional monitors, show activities button on additional monitors. You got all kinds of different tweaks that you can make to the panel. So definitely a nice little piece of or a nice little extension if you're running multi monitors. Drop down terminal is another. I got it set up so if I hit F12, I get a drop down terminal. Once again, there's some tweaks that you can do for that one. Clipboard indicator, you can see that right up here, and it'll give you a list of all my recent copy and pastings, and you can come down clear history, and you got some settings there you can play around with it. What's next on my list? Sound output device chooser. This one's nice if you have multiple input and output devices connected to your computer. So I could go and play around with, well, am I doing the headset? Am I recording through the my webcam? All that kind of stuff. So that one's pretty useful. Where am I at? Oh, caffeine. That's what the little coffee cup is right here. Turn on caffeine, and your screensaver will not kick in. Uh, I use it when I am doing some of these videos. I'm not always moving the mouse around, and if you just sit there and talk for a while, all of a sudden the screen goes blank on you, and not exactly what I want to happen while I'm doing a video. So that one's a useful one for me. And then the final one is called Impatience, and I'll just pull that up here. And all Impatience does is it speeds up the animation speed. And let me go and I'll open up. Actually, here we go. So you can see, how fast it opens up all of the activities overlay. And this is kind of while I got this open, what I was saying about not having a complete icon set. You can see I got some games installed here that I don't have. Yeah, right there. Web. So, like I said, Mocha is not a complete icon set for everything I got going on, but it's pretty good. So we got that, and there's all that stuff. Now the Windows buttons, and this one I was kind of scratching my head a little bit. I had to think it through, did a little research on this one. If you want your all of your window buttons over on the left hand side the way that you traditionally have it in Unity, easiest way to do it is via the terminal. And let me go and I'll move it back to the way it was. And you're basically just issuing a command to gsettings. So gsettings set org, and blah 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 blah, and come down here to the end. If you can see where I've got there's got the colons, minimize, maximize, close. That'll give the order, and so by doing what I just did here, you can see I've got the buttons back on the other side now. Now to move it to the left hand side, you can see it's basically the same thing, except that you can see the orders change, but also the colons are at the end. That's basically telling it which side, whether you want it on the left or the right hand side. So hit enter, get this out of the way, and you can see it's back over on the left hand side again. And so we got that stuff. And what am I missing? Oh, font. I mean, font's an easy one to change. You just go down to your fonts, and you can see I just went with the default Ubuntu fonts, so I get that Ubuntu look. I went window titles, that uses Ubuntu Medium, interface and documents, Ubuntu Regular, monospace, the Ubuntu Mono Regular, slight hinting, anti-aliasing is RGBA, and I got a 1.0 scaling factor. And as far as looks go, that pretty much covers everything. Now, unfortunately, some of the stuff that you get with Unity, at least as of right now, you can't get it in Gnome Shell. One of them is the global menus. Okay, so you got here. Let me just drag my notes over here again. your menus aren't popping up over here. Of course, with most of your quote unquote official GNOME applications, they got header bars and they don't have regular menus anyway, so it's not going to pop up there anyway. Um, so that one's not going to work for you. Um, and to be quite honest, even if even if there is enough demand for it, I don't know that it's really a practical. I don't know if they could make an extension that would work that, because from what I understand, there was a lot of patching that had to be done on the part of the developers over Canonical, so that the menus would work. And I mean, I'm talking about a lot of app patching, and so it wasn't just something within Unity. It was something that, well, we had to work on Nautilus, we had to work on gedit, all these different applications, so that you could get those global menus. It may be something that could be done through an extension. I don't think it could. I'm just going to kind of throw it out there that at least for what I'm doing here, there's really not a practical way that I can do it. So there's that. Secondly, talking about the dash. Okay, so you do have the GNOME overlay and the Unity dash. They're similar but different at the same time. With GNOME Shell, you can hit the the Windows or Super key and type in whatever it is that you're searching for. So let's say I was looking for LibreOffice Writer, and boom, it pulls it up right there. Now it will start pulling up documents below that, but there's no way to filter like you do in the Unity Dash. So I think that would be something that would be neat for them to, for developers over at Canonical or wherever. Try and work on an extension so that you could port the lenses function into the activities overlay. Just kind of food for thought out there. So there's that. And unfortunately, you do not have the HUD, the heads up display. Once again, can't talk today. It's That was one of the features that when I made the jump to GNOME Shell as my favorite desktop environment, it is one of the things from Unity that I missed, because if there was a certain function you're looking for, you can't remember where it was in the menus, you could just call up the HUD and type in what it was you're looking for. It would find that command for you, and boom, you go that route. Or for a lot of applications and for a lot of people, it may be quicker just to use the HUD to call up your commands rather than going and scrolling through multiple layers of menus. So, like I said, this is not a 100% exact copy of Unity, but it's a close approximation. Kind of gives you the feel of Unity at least. Anyway, that about finishes this video up. One other, I will be doing, I've had a couple of people that have dropped me messages asking, what are my thoughts on Ubuntu moving to GNOME Shell and away from Unity. Well, I'm going to be doing a video on that. As soon as I get it done, I'll get a link up on here and on my G+ page and all that kind of stuff. So definitely keep an eye out for that if you're kind of wondering my opinions on that. And having said that, I think that finishes things up here. As always, leave comments, questions, all that kind of stuff down below. I try to get to it as soon as possible. And if you are not a subscriber, please subscribe. And I hope to see you all on my next video. Thanks a lot.